So, with me today to discuss my video interview is my brother Corey Brown. Uh, he is currently a graduate through the U of L Bachelor of Education CTS program. Uh, he is currently subbing in the Lethbridge School District. Is that right?
Palliser.
Palliser School District, and so he's fresh on the market, brand new ideas. So I brought him in today just to kind of give a view of the first year teacher and what he could bring into the school. So, Corey, thank you for joining me.
Not a problem at all.
So, today's topic is integrating technology into the classroom. Um, so, my first question to you is what does your classroom look like, or what should it look like in your eyes today?
Well, being a substitute teacher, I guess I have the privilege of seeing a wide variety of different kind of classrooms and different students that have different needs. Each school has their own kind of access to different types of technology, which is kind of challenging in some parts, but also really nice in others, and it opens up some opportunities. When dealing with technology, it's really important that you're using it to assist in your teaching and not as a distraction. A lot of kids can easily be distracted by other things that are capable with the technology themselves. But yeah, other than making sure that you're still teaching and not just using the technology to replace your teaching and just more as a tool than anything else is probably the best way that you can use it.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So, being a substitute, you don't really get to necessarily plan lessons. Uh, but if you could, what types of programs would you use in your classroom?
Well, in my final practicum of my PS3, I was able to plan a lot of lessons that integrated technology. One of the main ways I used technology was as a review tool. So I would allow the students to use programs such as like iMovie or even PowerPoints to create review kind of videos or presentations that would help them cover all the main points that were covered in the unit to prepare themselves for the test. One main one that I did use that was kind of off the wall a little bit that the kids really seemed to enjoy was an app called Erasma, which is available on like on the Apple iStore. And what that is, it's a virtual reality that you can use in the classroom, and it's really fun to play along with, and it includes pop-up stuff, and the kids can kind of do like a little scavenger hunt with it. So it's really worth looking at if you want to kind of have some fun and try something more advanced.
Okay. Do you think that that gave them a better experience in what they were learning compared to simply just looking at it online or in a textbook or anything?
Absolutely, especially with review games and using the iTunes, or sorry, the iMovie. I made them make their video, create a script off of it, and then upload it to a YouTube channel too. So that way, a private YouTube channel. That way, the kids were engaged. They were actually focusing on what they had to read and say. And then at the end of it all, we used a couple classes just to watch everybody's videos and let everybody kind of learn everybody else's perspective and kind of review together as a class that way. As well, going back to the Erasmus app, the way I set it up was for planets around the classroom. And as the kids were writing the test, you could actually see their faces looking up and looking over at certain spots in the room as to where the planet would have been on the app. So I think it helped them for sure and further engage them.
Okay, right on. No, it sounds very neat. Um, so being a first year teacher and being on the sub list, would you have any recommendations for first year teachers now that you've had time in the school? Just recommendations towards using technology, or would you use it every single day, every class? What would be your view on that?
I'd say it's definitely dependent on the students and the environment that you're in. But if you have access to it and you know how to use it, by all means, make sure you're doing your best to use it. The kids seem to really enjoy that opportunity. And at the same time, don't be scared to use it. If it's something new, don't worry. What's the worst that will happen is that maybe it might not be ideal that first time, but you're only going to get better when you use it. So if you're maybe a little bit uncomfortable with it, don't be scared. Don't hesitate. Just try it out and do your best. Maybe always have a little bit of a backup plan in case if the internet goes down for service one day, or who knows what happens with technology sometimes. But always have kind of a some kind of backup plan that you can fall back on would be my main advice, I guess.
Okay, good. So I'm going to put you on the spot for one of my last questions, just to see your view on things. So would you say that without technology, school would be boring?
No, absolutely not. Because there's some schools right now that don't have technology, and it's the teacher's responsibility to still make them engaging. All technology is doing is allowing us to create I guess, a more advanced engaging experience or a more convenient way to engage the students. But there's still many schools out there that don't have any technology, or other countries that don't have access to internet. But it's still really important for the teachers to take that initiative to create that engaging experiences that the students will remember.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for giving me your time tonight. I very, very much appreciate it. And hopefully, the people that listen to this can get something from what you said. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Not a problem. It was my pleasure.